Hey CFW, here's week 9 of the programming. So Monday, you guys have been used to the back squat. So first part A being the 15-second plate squat hold, followed by 8 back squats. This section is just meant to prime you guys up, and we're gonna do one of these sets every 3.5 minutes. And then that should lead into the part B, where we're doing back squats. You're gonna see the reps are a little bit less than last week. So that means we can kind of push a little bit more with the weight as long as we're kind of keeping everything consistent. So that means your form, positioning, technique, all that stuff. So compared to last week, and or use this if you're newer to the program to just get familiar with squatting and slowly build up. I wouldn't even really worry about the weight as much here in terms of going heavier. I would just get the reps of practicing the technique and the quality of the movement. So get that down for Monday. And then our workout's going to be a short, quick alternating Tabata for reps, 8 rounds, 20 seconds of jumping med ball squats, and then 10 seconds off, then 20 seconds of burpees, 10 seconds off. So stimulus here is going to be lower body stamina. So that's like that kind of lactic acid feeling, like how much can our legs take, how much the muscle can take here. So there's that kind of heart component, the endurance component, and this is more about the muscular component. So we're looking at the stamina, in other words. So when you're attempting today's workout, like work at that high kind of intensity where you're feeling like those legs are kind of getting jello. Like it's not easy. It's like you're feeling, okay, I gotta take a break soon because I'm getting close to failure. So you really want to kind of pump the legs up in those med ball jumping squats, and then those burpees, just hit them hard. Legs will be tired, so your arms will probably have to take a little bit more of the work, in the core will too as well. So good little workout to get Monday started off, and that will lead us into Tuesday, which is going to be our conditioning day, and or call it endurance. I mean, I use them interchangeably, but AMRAP 40 today, you guys have seen this one. The last time was Tuesday, June 19th, not 19th, the 9th. And I would look back and see how you did with this one. A little bit of a longer workout. The idea is to look for sustainability from round to round. We got 400-meter run, 500-meter row, and then 20/15 cal bike. I'm going to rinse and repeat this for the 40 minutes. The idea is to look for sustainable rounds. So the numbers or the time that it takes you to do a round, you're keeping that consistent across the board. So you're trying to go as fast as possible while having consistent times across the board. So maximize work, but consistently across. So choose a sustainable pace. Listen to the internal kind of cues. So like how hard it feels out of 10 or out of 5. And you feel like if you're close to like that 5, you definitely want to dial back. If you feel like you're at like a 2, you want to dial up a little. You're kind of probably going to sit around a 3 or a 4. It's about kind of finding those gears and then trying to work at maintaining that. And as long as it's sustainable to maintain that gear. So everyone's going to be at a different speed. This is about your game today, about focusing on the repeatability of each round. So Wednesday, we're going to bring those cleans back in again this week, working on the same kind of progression we did about 2 weeks ago with tall cleans and high hang squat cleans. So we're working on a kind of technique primer, getting comfortable with getting underneath the bar. And then we're actually adding the hip motion to it too. So a little bit more of explosive movement, which is going to involve coordination. And the stimulus today being like strength and skill, which is what we're trying to work on. So that will be the weightlifting section to start with. And then our workout will still include a barbell and have a little bit of gymnastics. I love the deadlift wall walk kind of combo because it works a lot on the strength, works on endurance, and I would say a lot of the strength in the midline. So in the center of the body, spine muscles, core muscle, all of that stuff are engaging as we're doing these movements today. The idea is to work on strength endurance. So it's kind of like the capacity of strength. It's not about just like one rep. It's about the repeatability of those reps. So choosing a weight progression somewhere with the deadlifts where you can do 6 to 10 reps, or like you have 2 to 3 reps in reserve when you're in that rep range. It feels like a 7.5, at most an 8. I would say it doesn't need to be super heavy because you do have 45 reps total. Think about like if you were to do 45 reps in a row, you're maybe doing that in about 5 to 6 sets roughly. That's kind of how you want to think about it. when you're choosing the weight today. Kind of look at the overall volume. Same thing with wall walks. Choose something that with that if you're doing 15 in a row, how would you kind of break that up? Would you go all in a row? Like, would you bang out 15 in a row? If you did, maybe make those wall walks even more challenging. If you're on that spectrum of where just getting up into the wall is really hard, then maybe you want to just walk up 45 degrees. So your body's 45 instead of all the way in. So everyone's going to be a little bit different with this. But the key is to kind of find that right progression for you today to get the stimulus of strength endurance, and get that stimulus rather than focusing on the degree of like what weights or what the progression is on the actual workout itself. So keep that in mind. Thursday's workout is going to be a low intensity conditioning day, just kind of keeping it easy, keeping it a little fun too here. So a little different, slightly different. And these are some of the kind of things you're going to expect in that next cycle. We're going to work a little bit more on novelty with movement. So we got 36 minutes at a 65% easy pace. We're going to do 1 minute of supine to standing. So that means like supine on the ground. So laying flat, chest facing up towards the ceiling, and then coming up to a standing position. You can do it in any way that you like. It's kind of like a burpee, but the other way around. And I would encourage you to kind of play around with doing it in different ways. Whether you're rolling onto your push-up side and then coming up, maybe you're doing a sit-up and coming up to a squat, whatever way, just have fun with it. You want to have a lot of variability with movements. You don't want to always just do it the one way every single time. So in a way, we're working on the brain here to create more pathways, have more ways of doing a movement, which is going to not only be engaging for the brain, keep it healthy, but also it's going to help you with injury prevention. The more our brain can predict and find patterns of how to do things, and have multiple ways of doing it, then when we do get into those awkward positions, it's not foreign to us. And we have enough mapping around that, how to do it. So a lot of today's movements are going to be kind of around that. Alternating single arm ring rows and lunge, any kind of lunge pattern. I would, again, play with it. Do any style, front lunge, reverse lunge, curtsy lunge, lateral lunge, anything that you like. Keep it fun, keep it different each round. It doesn't need to be one kind, and we're not really worried about reps today. We're working about, again, keeping the nervous system calm today. Don't need to do it too intense, and just kind of having fun with movement and exploring here. So that's the stimulus. Friday, gymnastic strength, building up that upper body strength. These movements I love. The pull-ups, handstand push-ups, really staple movements. However, there are amazing little progressions in between to build up to these higher level movements. And so meet yourself where you're at right now. And over time, goal is to keep building up. If you do have strict pull-ups, if you do have strict handstand push-ups, move forward from there, make them more challenging. And there's some progressions in the notes that you can kind of follow today. But the idea is to build upper body strength with that nice stimulus of pulling and pushing kind of combined together, which always pairs really good when you're working on upper body strength. Workout for time, 10 minutes, 20 burpee pull-ups, 40 hand release push-ups, and then 20 burpee pull-ups. A lot of upper body stamina in this one. Good little challenge for that. You got 10 minutes to whip through it. With this one, those burpee pull-ups, again, something that you can keep moving with. With the height, let's choose something just to reach, to overhead reach, just so we're on the same page. And with the hand release push-ups, something we were doing 5 to 10 in a row before we take a break. So again, it's 40 in a row. How do we break that up? I'm going to tell you guys, like, somewhere between 5 to 6 sets, you're breaking that up. So if it's easy, you think you can do 40 in a row, that means make that more challenging. Maybe go off of plates, make that harder. If it's too challenging, again, we can do kind of more of a incline push-up. Maybe with that one, you're not necessarily doing a hand release, just focusing on, again, getting your chest and getting that full range of motion done. So upper body stamina is for the workout today. And then our Saturday workout, you guys will probably remember this one from June 20th. This one is a great workout to build endurance, very similar to kind of Tuesday's workout in a way. A little bit more kind of stamina, I would say, involved with this one. So especially with that wall ball and cow bike, it's just like you're going hard for a certain amount of time or a certain stint, and then you're taking a 3-minute active recovery break instead of a 3-minute full rest, which was what we had last time. So how this works is 3 rounds per time, 400-meter run, 3 minutes at an active recovery pace, just like enough to get your heart rate back to normal, steady pace where you can get back into sprinting hard again. Then you're gonna go 30 wall balls, 3-minute active recovery, 20 cal bike, 3-minute active recovery, and then rinse and repeat that for 3 rounds. You got 38 minutes to work through this one. And stimulus is endurance. So we just want to see repeatability with the run, the wall balls, the cal bike each round. So that's Saturday. And then Sunday, mobility and skill work, lower body specific. We got 3 rounds, 10 big toe and little toe lifts per side, focusing on creating that awareness around the toes. As you know it, there's a lot of awareness and sensors around the feet. So want to make sure everything is moving smoothly, because that's one of your biggest kind of contact points to the ground. And if anything kind of down the chain is not moving well, it's going to echo up the chain into the knee, hip, back, spine, and even into the upper body. So the goal today is stimulus of proprioception, so awareness and motor control in those positions. So how well do we control it? Not only can we get to that position, but can we control it there? Then our conditioning, 32 minutes, 3 rounds, 3-minute row, 2-minute bike, 2 minutes gear, 2-minute solo bike. And we're just going to go back and forth between that for 3 rounds. Real good workout to just kind of get the body flushed, moving, working on making or building a base of endurance while it not being so intense. We're not going fast, just working on that low level base of our cardiovascular endurance. Other than that, it's also a good little break. Like I said, don't have to worry about the intensity here, just moving at a pace that's easy. Other than that, hope you guys enjoy the week. We're getting close to our anniversary party, so if you haven't already signed up for that, get signed up. It is a bring friend, so if you want to bring someone along, definitely lots of beginner-friendly options. There will be a workout and some social time kind of after, some food, drinks, and stuff like that. So it will be a really, really good time. So hope to see you guys all there, and hope you enjoy your workout. Have a good one, guys.